Here you go. What's going on, peeps? How are you? Quarantine chat time. It's not the first one we've done, right? I don't really have a set time of doing these things, but you know, I just thought tonight, being Easter weekend, 8 o'clock at night, what could you possibly be doing, right? So here we are. How's everybody doing? Let's see if we can see who's stopping by. There we go. All right. What's going on? Doug's out there. I should be like that. I don't have one of those. It's like, remember Romper Room? Bumper do. I see Doug and Ryan. Who else do I see? Ryan, how you doing, buddy? So I'm going to put a link in the comments. And there's a link. If you would like to join me on screen and come on screen and talk with me and say hello and tell me what you're doing and all that good stuff, I would love to hear from you. The link is in the comments. Live on the Show with David Burrows, the Video Show Network, live on YouTube, and attempting to go live on Twitter. Doesn't seem to be cooperating, but that's okay. Nobody watches on Twitter. Who watches on Twitter? So what's everybody doing to keep themselves occupied this Easter weekend? And who's going to be the first one to be brave? I wonder if Danny Cocciamilio will show up. He's usually the first one to like show up and then where's the link? I want to be on camera. Right? Happy Easter weekend. Might not be the Easter we're used to, but it's still Easter weekend, regardless. For most people, anyway. For those who celebrate. That's hot. That's hot. I guess it's supposed to be hot, right? Ryan, what have you been doing, buddy? How are you? Hey, it's Robert Stern. How are you, man? And I get more messages from people now. They're like, what's going on? Or can you check this out? That's cool. I'm happy to get your messages. Oh yeah, Ryan, work but 2 days off now, right? Because you're keeping the peace at the liquor stores, right? It's good to have an in there. I can text me when it's not busy. I haven't even attempted to go to the liquor store, so I haven't had a beer in I don't know how many weeks since they shut the bars down. Nope. I had some wine the other day though. Not gonna lie, it was pretty good. If you'd like to join me on screen, I will send you a link. Just let me know you'd like to join me on link. It's actually been posted in the comments. You're welcome to click on that. Brings you into a little virtual lobby here, and then come on and say hello. And in the meantime, we'll say hello to Colette. Hello, Colette. How are you? When is it not? It's always busy, is it? Wow, that's crazy. Colette's out there. Janet, how are you, Janet? And Steph is out there. Wondering who will be the first person to come on live and join me on screen. The comments or the link to join me on screen is in the description, or I can send it to you in your private message as well. Ryan's having beers right now. Attaboy. Save me a couple. I wish I could come over and join you. Oh, well. It's been I don't know. Every day is a new, I know that word, unprecedented. Every day is a new unprecedented day. We're all trying to get through it, trying to figure it out, right? Do's and do nots. We went for a walk today. we had to, there were other people were walking, so we made sure we kept our distance. And we were going to see my dad because he's in a nursing home, but he can't have visitors. But his room is on the main floor and has a window. So we went by to surprise him and wave and say hi. But unfortunately, he was sleeping with his back to us. So it was like I didn't want to wake him on the door and go knock, knock. And, I didn't want to scare the poor guy. So just kind of left him. But kind of cool to know I can go down and wave at him and let him know we're doing okay. Who else is out there? Allison's out there. Taya Marie McCormick. Taya Marie, how are you? I hope you're keeping well. And Donald's out there. Hey, Donald. Matt Corey, what's going on with you, mister? So if you'd like to join me, come in here on screen. It's kind of like Zoom. You just click on a little link, and you can do it from your phone or your webcam. And join me on screen, and let's just have a chat like buddies, right? Friends hanging out. That's what this is all about. Just trying to connect with everybody. I'm going to post the link again. There it is. I'll be posting right now on the Show with David Burrows page and the Video Show Network. If you're watching on my personal timeline, you won't see it posted there. You got to go over to the other page to watch it. I'm trying to be live on Periscope right now, but it doesn't want to cooperate. That's okay. Nobody watches on Twitter. Who else is out there? T. Smith is out there. Shannon is out there. Hey, Shannon. Dan Blackmore, how are you? Right on. Matt Corey. Hey, Dave, keep up the great work, keeping people updated on all current news. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And happy Easter to you as well. Somebody asked me, they said, well, why are you showing the Premier of Ontario stuff? So I get it. I get a direct feed from the Premier of Ontario now. I reached out and asked for permission. They're like, yep, absolutely. Because I just want people to get the real accurate information. I don't want the microchips. I have the cure for the coronavirus. It's been sent to my Facebook Messenger at least 30 times. Give me a break. Dan Blackmore, how you doing, mister? Hope you and the family are keeping well and safe. And Shannon's saying hello. Hey, Shannon. And Colette's, I'm good. Just cooking tacos. I'll be back. Yes. Unattended cooking is the #1 cause of house fires. I learned that from our friends at Sarnia Fire Rescue. Peter Frangus, how you doing, Peter? Watching some Saturday Night Fever right now. The music in that movie that's awesome. I think I might have to just tune that in. There you go. Who else we got out there? Rod Weed, how you doing, Rod? Hope you're keeping good. Laura's out there. I have posted an invite link in the comments on the Show with David Burrows page and the Video Show Network page, also live on the YouTube channel. And would love to have somebody click on that link and come on camera and join me on screen. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on now. Who else is there? Oh, my friend Barry Loxton. Hey, Barry, good evening. The music last night. Yeah, we had the Friday night music fever on last night. And we had Barry White join us. We had Leslie Jean and Ksenia Parent. All amazing. Wow. They're all amazing. Leslie and Ksenia, amazing voices. And my lovely co-host, Jules, she was there joining as well. Really grateful for her joining me. Thank you. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, Jennifer, it's just Jennifer and I here because the kids were over at Jackie's, their mom's, right? And kind of had to tell them that they got to stay there. So I'm missing my kids, but it is what it is. Fortunately, FaceTime, right? Got that going on. So thanks for asking. Rod Wade, how you doing? That's good, man. Who else is out there? Courtney's out there. Courtney, how have you been? Long time. It's always cool when I go live like this, like just one of the randoms. I've been doing this for a little while now, right? Just the random ones anyway. I guess about a year occasionally. More recently, well, I guess I won't lie to that, but never know who's going to show up. And it's always like, oh, I haven't seen that person and I haven't seen that person. And that's just really cool to me to be able to connect with people. Because when I'm out, you usually see me doing something where, like I'm entertaining or talking or something like that. I'm glad I'm working, right? And oh, look at, I can't believe it. So I don't get a lot of chance to talk. So, but look at this. I can't believe he blew my mind away. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan's here. How you doing?
Hi, David.
What's all the noise at your place?
No, just my friends are going for a walk. So I'll talk to you for a bit.
Oh, okay. my
Bye,
friend.
guys. Enjoy your walk.
Alrighty.
What's up, David? How's your day?
I'm always busy doing something, right? But got out for a walk. Hadn't been out for a walk in a couple of days, and my legs really responded to that. Like, ugh.
And you went to the nursing home today?
Yeah, well, yeah, my dad's there, right? And he's on the main floor. So we didn't go in, obviously.
Yeah, you got to wave at him though, right?
He was sleeping and he had his back to us, so I didn't. There was a part of me like if he was 30 years younger, I would have knocked on the window really hard. But no, I didn't want to scare him. So
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something about. I went for a walk yesterday, a long walk, a couple hours, and I didn't really realize where I was going, and I went by Landmark Nursing Home where they're having a lot of problems with the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
And I noticed about 8 or 9 families on the ground floor waving at their loved ones inside.
Yeah.
It was a very touching moment, per se.
Yeah, well, it's we're all having to figure out a way to adapt with and be safe at the same time, right? It's challenging, but it's interesting though how we can be creative when we're forced to. For sure. How are you holding up there?
Oh, good. Just working away for a security company at the LCBO. It's a lot of liquor. Holy cow! Let me tell you.
Don't you wish you could get into that business?
Oh wow! The government. That's how the government's making money right now. Is definitely the LCBO.
Well, they got to be making it from somewhere because they've been pretty generous with the programs that they've put out there.
For sure, that the EI, but then the curb or whatever.
Curb or serb or yeah.
But I don't know if everyone knows this. I heard this the other day from a girl that works at the government. That they're giving those generous $2,000 to people, but the people need to remember that it is a taxable benefit. So really, it's only $1,400 because the government wants at least $600 of that back from every payment, and they're going to nail people for that next year.
Yeah.
So people should need to. I mean, it's not like we really got a lot of places to spend it, but,
right?
But people need to be careful in a way because next year you're going to get a bill.
Well, it's funny you said that because Jennifer was talking about that earlier. She says, cause she got one. Yeah. And she said, yeah, but I got to make sure I put money away because they're taxing it. And I said, are you sure? She's like, I'm pretty sure. And okay, well.
Yeah, it's $600.
Okay, good to know. All right, see, I'm still working, right? But I'm part-time at the college.
Yeah.
But my business has suffered because of all the events that were canceled, right? But I can't apply for it.
Yeah, well, I can't either.
Well, you're working. No, that's good, right? I mean, I'm not complaining.
No, so I just need to be careful, and that's what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, I had a bit of I'm a bit of an Amazon junkie.
Yeah, I've got some orders from Amazon too. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I had to stop because it's like, all that money's not coming in anymore, right? And all that money, but I'm just different position, right? So I mean, like I say, I'm part-time at the college, but even that ends come like June.
I'm surprised Danny hasn't arrived yet. He must. I know he has his girls tonight, so that's probably why he isn't online.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right. Danny. He was on Danny. Facebook. He bought something from Dressie's, a kit. So I think they were making. I don't know what they were making, pizza or panzerotti.
Oh, okay. So. Cooking something up. Isabel's out there. She says, hey, Isabel. Oh, Dom Wilkinson. Oh, yeah, this was, hi, Dave, tune in late from here in the UK. I'm the guy who spoke to amateur radio on. Oh, that's right. I'm a ham radio operator, Ryan, and I made a contact with this gentleman like a couple of months ago, I think it was, on their repeater in the United Kingdom. I hope you're doing well, Dom. Thanks for saying hi. Yeah. Jesse's probably working at the gas station again
for
tonight.
Sure he is. I saw his car there on the way home.
Well, you know Jesse?
I met him. I've seen him working, and then when you had this a couple weeks ago, you had him on the show with Dino and Danny. I saw him, and I saw him when I picked up my lottery ticket because I still play the lottery. You never know. but that 70 million just doesn't seem to want to go for some stupid reason.
Well, I'm glad I'm your friend because you'll have lots of people knocking on your door pretending to be your friend when you win the 70 million.
Yeah, no kidding. Don't worry. The check will be in your mailbox.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll just wait for the big limousine to pull up. I have another friend of mine. He said if a big SUV black limousine pulls up in front of your house, he says, don't ask questions, just get in. And I'm like, well, what if they got those things in their ears? Maybe I shouldn't get in. Well, you never know, right? I don't know. Am I a wanted man? Maybe. Zach's out there. He says, hey, Dave, hope you're doing well. Appreciate the content throughout this period. Keeps me going when I'm between calls at base up here in Northwestern Ontario. You're doing amazing. Well, thanks. I'm glad you appreciate it. And Zach is a frontline. I believe he's a paramedic up in, I can't remember what city, Zach, but he's up Northway. So thanks, man. Appreciate you. All the frontline servers. Hey, Charlie. What else do we got here?
Oh, is that Charlie Savage?
Yeah. Do you know Charlie?
Oh, yeah, I know Chuck. He's awesome.
Oh,
There he is.
Oh,
there we
yeah.
go.
Oh, yeah.
There
I
he
know
is,
it's Chuck. Yeah, okay.
Chuck's awesome. He's gonna be a daddy. He's a father to be again coming. Baby on the way.
Ah, congratulations. Right on. Exciting time. Tom's doing well. Just a little bored with staying at home, but amateur radio is a good way. Yeah, I was going to say, like, at least we got amateur radio besides this. I got my, let's see if I can show you this here. This is, Dom, this is my latest toy that I got in the my latest ham radio. It's actually a 4-band. So I got 300 megahertz and 220 on here now, Dom. And I got 2 of them. They sent me 2. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Give one away, maybe? I don't know. Put that in there. This is my other one. My cheapo little Baofeng. Came from China a long time ago.
Maybe you should listen to some country music.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Did you see the announcement
to all the people out there? Dave Burrows doesn't really like country music.
It's not that I don't. I'm not like, I like Hank Williams and I like Kenny Rogers, rest in peace, and I like that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to lie. The first year of Borderfest, I was doing the MC stuff for them, and I got to meet some of the country folks that they had the first year, and well, every year, quite honestly, and like awesome and just great people. I just some of it's just not my style, I guess. Nothing against
style.
It's not my style. I like Neil Diamond, man. I like Barry Manilow. Come on.
Yeah.
and then I like AC/DC, right? I'm an eclectic guy.
Thank God, black and black, baby.
Oh, there you go. Have you seen any of the quarantine sessions on Facebook?
Yeah, I watched. I missed this week. I was kind of busy, but last week I watched it. It was awesome.
Oh no, I don't mean the Friday Night Music Fever. Yeah, that was on. No, I'm talking about the Facebook group. Yes, it's called the Quarantine Sessions.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. There's a lot of people out there that we never knew.
No kidding, right?
And tons of people are singing, playing their guitars, and it's great.
I saw some people. I'm like, I have no idea that you even played the guitar.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Yeah, we had a good time last night on the Friday Night Music Fever. And it's nice that K106.3 kind of joined forces, and actually Blue Water Border Fest joined with us and was broadcasting it on their page as well. We've had over 3,000 views on that since last night. So
nice.
Means lots of people are checking it. Oh, some great talent on there. So check it out.
Sure. Border Fest, that's what they just announced, right? A little while ago.
Yeah. Border Fest has announced the country night. Which one of them includes Eric Etheridge, which is great from Sarnia. And on the Saturday is Finger 11 and Our Lady Peace.
I hope it happens. I really do. I really do.
Well, of course we do, right? I mean, this is coming into their 4th year, and they've worked really hard. It's kind of a family affair with Mark Perrin and everybody else involved there. But there, I had quite a discussion with him. I had him on the show last week to talk about it, and I was like, "You're going to announce it?" And he said, "Well, like we're being optimistic, but they're not stupid. They have alternative plans as well,
for sure."
So, and the artists are like there's issues with contracts and stuff. I won't get into all the details. You
Yeah.
know about this stuff too, right? And
For sure.
but even the artists are not being sticklers, and like they're not going to go probably and go, well, you still owe us money, because they want to work, because the
For
artists are suffering right now too.
Oh yeah.
So you know, and
Yeah.
that's just a relationship thing. So yeah, I hope it happens, especially with maybe the next announcements that are coming for the Friday night. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just worried about all this COVID shit. Pardon my French.
Yeah.
Just you know, I don't know. It's a different world now.
It totally is. Well, I'm glad you're being safe, buddy, and that's at least you know. I'm sure they've implemented. So you're the guy out, the security guy out front, making sure everybody's 6 feet apart or whatever it is.
I don't have to worry about that, but there's yellow strips all the way down the sidewalk. Oh, you getting a message there? I have the liquor store, so everyone all the way, like the 20 people are usually lined up all the time, all day.
Wow.
At the beginning of today, there was 45, 50 people waiting in line to get in at 11 o'clock. And then they only allow 10 people at a time in the store.
Oh, wow.
Quinn Drive, so by Walmart there.
And then you get those
and
people
then-
that go in and take their sweet time walking around going, well, I don't know. Maybe I
Yeah,
want that. I don't
can't
know.
say. Yeah, there's definitely some loiterers, but the most part, it's they're in and out, and then as soon as somebody leaves, boom, I let somebody else in.
Oh, there you go. Well, it's better than working the
Here we go.
back. Oh, we got
There
Jesse.
we go. Jesse's
Behind the counter at the Petro. How you doing, buddy?
Working.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody treating? Is it busy? Are you busy? Are people coming in buying their lottery tickets?
During the day, we were really busy, but it's died off probably
I can't hear him.
about 5 o'clock, 5:30, died completely down.
Okay. Well,
We were
Maybe I'll-
closed yesterday. We're closed tomorrow. So
how Jess? I know you were on the other day, and you're doing okay with all of this. Like, do you feel comfortable being at work and stuff?
I do. The only thing I wish they would knock off is the lottery. It's
Yeah.
not needed. It's not essential at all.
He's got a giant piece of plexiglass in front of him now. The poor guy.
Oh yeah.
Hang
Oh,
on,
see, you're talking to Ryan. He comes in and buys his lottery ticket every day.
Hi, Jesse. Oh,
There's a
Oh, there we go.
There's the plexiglass.
Hang on, I got a
Wow.
customer
Yeah.
coming in. Give me a minute.
Okay, all right. We'll drop you down, and you give us the thumbs up when you're ready. I've known Jess a long time. I don't know if you remember him from the Fat Mo's days there, Ryan, but
No, I didn't. I didn't go to Fat Mo's a lot. Not like you did.
I worked there. What?
I know. I was probably
Oh,
working
you
across.
worked there.
I was probably working across the street at the Duck or some other bar at the time. So
Yeah, you were. You were over at the Duck. That's where I would start too. I'd go over there and have a couple of pops before I started running the karaoke.
yeah,
10 o'clock. Yeah, it was. Well,
Legend.
I had to do a couple of drinks before I did the karaoke. Look what I had to put up with all those years.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what was worth doing that or being the
You
doorman.
had to put up with Enzo. That's enough.
Oh, okay. Here we go. All righty.
No, he's a good guy. I just Uh-oh. What did Ronnie just say?
Ron Smith.
What
I don't
did he
know, he
say?
Werp, tell a knock joke.
Oh no, I don't know any knock jokes. Like Ronnie probably knows all the good jokes.
I have dad jokes. Have you ever heard any of my dad jokes?
Yeah. What do you got?
Aside from when I would sit with you beside the bar and tell you.
Oh, at Piccadilly's. Yes, I know.
My daughter gave me a Christmas present. It was 365 days of dad jokes, right?
That's
So-
awesome.
How do you know when you are going to drown in milk?
Yeah.
When it's past your eyes.
Oh my God,
Past your eyes. Past your eyes.
that's a dad joke for sure.
Why do cows have hooves instead of feet?
Why, David?
Because they lack toes. Lactose? Lactose?
That's definitely a sir joke.
That's a joke.
Sir.
I won't make you suffer any more than that for now. That's good. And I'm saving them all. Like every time I save them all, and then I put them back in a box, and then I'm going to give them all back to her.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ron.
Ron who?
Ron Reelsmith.
Ron.
That's
Real
not
Smith.
even. That's
Is
not
that-
even a good joke, but that's just.
Is Real
that's
Smith
Ron.
even a real name?
Yes.
Couldn't resist that. Real Smith. Jeff Christie's out here. You know Jeff, don't you?
I think so.
Oh yeah. What's your take on fast food takeout or delivery? What's my take on it? Takeout on it? What did we did it? We've done it once. I don't know. I'm not a health guy, professor or anything. I don't know. I when we walked in, where did we get it from? Midtown, that new place over in Eastland, Eastland Plaza.
That's not fast food. That's good food.
Right. But we got a takeout there, and Jennifer went in. I didn't go in with her, which I often would, just to go in. And she went in, and she said it was very professional. And they wiped everything down, and here's the debit machine. Wipe it down. I don't know. Seems to be fine. What's your take on it, Jeff? Speaking of, there's
hi Jennifer.
got to behave now.
Mrs. Burrows, Mrs. Moons Burrows.
Right. Oh, Bruce caught on to my milk jokes. It's utterly ridiculous. I know.
Oh, there's Daddy Coulter. Right on.
That's terrible. How you doing, Bruce? One of our former men in blue from Sarnia Transit.
Yes. Good
Hope
old
he's keeping-
Sam. Good old Sammy.
Good old Sammy. Yep. Haven't seen him in a while.
I grew up in that house.
Did you?
After I worked with the boys in Tequila Rocks days. So, oh boy, here's Jesse.
There we go.
I'm back.
Jeff, you're back. He's back. All right. How was that customer buying lottery tickets?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you didn't have lottery tickets, you might actually be bored. Of course, you're selling gas still too, right?
Yeah, we are. Most people pay at the pump, which I prefer. So.
That makes sense. Less people coming in the store, right?
Yep.
That's good. And were you able to wish a happy birthday to our mutual friend yesterday?
Mr. Pie.
Yeah.
Oh, I was there. I guess you could say helped facilitate all of his birthday celebration.
There you go. Cool.
We filled his garage full of balloons.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then we did the whole drive-by 3 times around his house honking the horn.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it, or I would have drove by in the showmobile.
Becky was the one that was in charge of that. So
Okay.
the showmobile, yeah, that would have been awesome. I think you would have loved that. I was trying to think of vehicles that I could borrow or get people to come to do it.
Yeah, well, I can still drive by and wave at him. That's no problem. Well, I got my van. Actually, I shouldn't call it the showmobile. I was gonna, when I got my van all decaled up and everything, I was gonna call it the showmobile. But the city of Sarnia used to have a stage, right, a portable stage, and they called it the showmobile. And it came, it came from a company that was called the showmobile. So I've decided the show on the go. And then I got the show on the go, and then they said, you can't go no more. So, we'll have to wait. Well, that's good. I'm glad he got a birthday, sort of a birthday out of it.
For him, his birthday has always been a big deal for him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get out of here, Dave. You have a good night.
Okay, buddy. Stay safe.
So it was nice for him. He appreciated it, so it was good.
Yeah, birthdays and Canada Day has always been a big deal for him.
Canada Day's mine. That's my day. And apparently your day, too.
Is your birthday Canada Day?
No, it's August 13th.
Oh, it's just you.
But my favorite holiday is
It's
actually
Canada.
your birthday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my birthday's July 1st. Come in with a bang.
Yeah.
Yes. It's I've never really had a party on my birthday. I guess I did when I was younger, but even when I was in public school, I never, because it was a holiday and everybody was off for the school for the summer. So, and parents took their kids to the park for the holidays. I never really had birthdays. No,
Well, you have the best birthday in the world, Dave.
I've had lots of birthdays.
Greatest country on earth, Canada.
That's right. Fireworks.
Exactly.
and I work every Canada Day, right? But I don't know if I'll be working this Canada Day or not. Maybe a virtual Canada Day.
Are you in the karaoke cruise this year?
Well, I haven't booked anything, and I don't know that I'm gonna. I didn't have it last year. It was the last year. First, I had it for 30 years, and then last year I didn't have it.
Well, if this Corona stuff is over by then, trust me, do it, because a lot of people want to go out and drink and party. So.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I want to deal with all of that, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Well, thanks for joining me here, Jess. I'm glad you popped on, and reach out anytime. It's always nice to make your acquaintance, and I appreciate all your support as well, buddy.
You're welcome, Dave. Nice chatting with you. Take care, buddy.
Okay. Stay safe. My friend Jesse, if you're out and you do have to stop at a variety store, he's over at the Petro Canada at London Road and Finch. Pop in there. Tell him Dave says hi. He'll appreciate that. Well, this is one of those times where you never know who's going to show up and come on screen. Let's go back. I'm going to post the link if you saw that. Now, if you want to be another one of the ones, I'm so grateful my friend Ryan came on there too. He's one of my best friends. I really love him, man. He's cool. And Bruce says, must go new Hallmark movie coming on. Okay, enjoy your Hallmark movie. So if you want to join me, I've posted the link in the comments. It's only going to show up on the Show with David Burrows page or the Video Show Network page. Click on the link, come on camera, and say hello. Who we got here? Let's go back. I want to say hello. Barbara's out there. Jeff's out there. Dennis is out there. Hey, Shooter. Peter's out there. Sarah's out there. Chris. Well, these people. Randy Davidson, how are you? Melissa, how you doing, Melissa? Melissa, you should join me on screen. Say hello. Randy's out there. Peter. Tina's there. Jeff Hainan. Carly. Who else we got here? Lee's out there. Tom. Holy cow. Stephanie Wicks. Mike. Orson. Says Woodrick. Hey. Scott McPhee. Pam. Trisha. Jacqueline. Jim. Jonathan. Willie. Marley. Jackie. Don. And I see Romper Bumper Dumper too. I need the oh well. Well, I gotta tell you, it's interesting times. I know I repeat myself a lot when I say that, but it's really a time too, though. I guess I don't really need these on right now. Only when somebody's on screen. It's I don't know about you. Like I'm one of those ones that say we never take things for granted, and boy oh boy, even those of us that try not to take things for granted, we really do subconsciously. And I've been having a lot of conversations with myself, right? I have a lot of conversations with myself all the time. You can ask Jennifer. I talk to myself all the time, mostly in here, but sometimes she catches me talking to myself out loud. And she's like, who are you talking to? It's like, oh, nobody. I'm just having a conversation with me. And then, just a lot of reflecting time going on, right? And you think about, like, we're okay. Like, I'm still working part-time. Yeah, my business suffered, but I'm adapting, and Jennifer's home, but we're adapting. Like, really reflect a lot, right? Really reflect a lot. Speak of the devil. What else we got out there? Oh, let's get to... Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Jenny Moons. Hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
You're all delayed and stuff. It's because we're on the same internet.
Oh.
Oh, I'll be so sad.
Sorry.
Well, you popped on to say hello, and what did you didn't want to come down the stairs and interrupt me?
No, no.
Jennifer's been playing a lot of poker lately. Fortunately, she's doing good at it. What are you up? $20? Maybe.
US.
Oh, US. Oh, well, of course, right. Then US is good. I
That's
see
not $20.
Ron, I see in there. What's that?
So that's not $20.
Right. Okay. It
Like
doesn't
20.
even. Well, it doesn't matter because it's not even my $20, so I'll never see that. But-
You're right.
right.
You're right. It's mine.
You're all delayed, so maybe try to go out and come back. I don't know, but I think it's because honestly, I know it's because we're on the same internet. So
You're on studio?
I'm on studio. I'm on Ethernet, but it's all the same internet. It's pulling from everywhere, so it doesn't
Oh.
work well to have.
And I'm not using my phone, I'm using the computer.
Right, and the TV's on it, and everything else is on it. So I'm gonna blow you kisses, mwah, and I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, honey. All right,
Is that your wife?
Ron Real Smith. Yeah, that's my
Hey.
wife. I actually do have a wife. I know she's not in a freezer somewhere. I really am.
She looks way younger than you do.
I know, right? She's well, I can't tell you her age, but she is younger than me, but she's probably not as young as you think.
Oh, you can't say that on live television. Even my wife over in the corner just said you can't say that.
Well, I don't know. It's okay though. She makes me look great, right? So
Oh, absolutely. Man,
I'll-
people were like, "Is that Dave's daughter? Or is that Dave's wife?" That's where
Well,
that's how
I-
I actually.
I have been accused of. We went to Windsor Casino about 4 or 5 years ago, and she had 2 or 3 days off in between switching jobs. So we went to Windsor Casino, and we walked in, and I was with the luggage, and they stopped her and said, "Miss, can I see your ID?" She kind of laughed. She was 38 at the time. Anyway, and then the security guy said, "Oh, he disappeared. I don't know where he went, Ron." And the guy said, "Oh, it's really nice of your dad to bring along." And we kind of, I don't know where he went, but he dropped out. There.
Oh, you know what it is I touched my screen and then it reloaded. So I'm just doing this on my browser. This is on my cell phone. This is fantastic, Dave. You've done a great job with this.
Oh, well, thanks. It's been a few years.
From one tech enthusiast to another.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Mr. IT guy. That's I hear you. Well, so how's things? How's things in your household? How's everybody getting along?
Well, I'll be totally honest with you. So since this whole pandemic has taken off, I've been at work every day. So I've been missing out on watching my little one get bigger.
Yeah.
She's right there. And my wife has actually been doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So
Okay.
I'm super appreciative to her. And she's been doing a fantastic job. So today was actually the first day since this thing kicked off. It's been about a month now since it's actually like really started to take off. Literally a month. What's the date today? The 12th. I think the 13th was the first. The 11th was the first time the city actually did something publicly regarding COVID. So like we've been at it a month now, and my wife's been home and she's been doing a fantastic job. And so today was my first day where I was like, okay, like you have the day off and I'll watch Evelyn all day, and it's exhausting work. Like I'll be totally honest with you, running after a little toddler. I definitely have anyone that says to me anytime now that they're like a stay-at-home mom or they work from home, I've got like bundles of respect. So
Yeah.
and I know there's a lot of people doing that right now, and I'm sure they've got a new appreciation for it all. Not to say that I love my kid to death, but it's it is a lot of work, man.
But Jennifer and I talked about it the other day. We don't have little kids, right? I have my two that are grown, 19 and 22.
Yeah.
I said I couldn't imagine being a parent with little ones right now. We have friends of ours that have 3 little kids running around. I'm like,
yeah, my sister does too, man.
You know?
Oh, I agree. And like you think about teachers, right? And they're 9 to 5 or whatever their hours are, but they're every day.
Yeah.
And they're in a classroom full of kids, and I got lots of respect.
Yeah, you read my mind. I teach part-time at the college.
So like adult children.
But like that's nothing to deal with. I have like 15 students, right? 20 students in my college course. So like, no, I couldn't imagine being home. I actually talked to a friend of my dad's the other day, and was talking to her about some stuff, telling her about my dad. And she's like 79, 80 years old.
Yeah.
And she used to be a kindergarten teacher way back in the day, of course. And I said, could you imagine? She's like, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Yeah. Hey, that was fun seeing Werp on there earlier. How do you know Werp?
Who, Ryan?
Yeah.
Way back in the bar, like, I come from the bar business, right?
Oh, that's right. And,
yeah. So we used to we chum around a little bit, but we've always been buddies. But I would say in the last couple of years, a few years even.
Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah, we're pretty tight. So it was nice to have him pop on there. I didn't think he'd pop on. He was I thought he'd be a little shyer than that. So
him and I went to Nashville together just last year. Actually, there was a big group of us that went down for a basketball party.
Okay. I knew. Oh, okay. Well, I knew he went down there, and I saw that you'd been down there, but I didn't know that was a team thing.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Never been to Nashville. Been by Nashville.
Oh, you got to go. It's fantastic when the world gets normal again. And you'd love it. It's good music. It's not just country music. Like, it's all types.
Yeah. I know. I don't mind. Don't listen to him. I don't mind country music. It's just not my first. I'm a classic rock guy, which now by today's standards would be medieval rock.
Yeah. Well, not according to your wife, though.
Well, I guess, right?
Yeah, like medieval for you, classic for her.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'm a Bob Seger, AC/DC, Leonard Skinner kind of guy. But then I like Engelbert and Barry Manilow and Neil Diamond too. I'm a pretty eclectic guy.
100%.
But I'm old school. I'm tearing my beer kind of country guy.
Damn it.
Right on. Well, I appreciate you jumping on, and thanks for the work that you're doing for us all. And I hope that they're taking good care of you.
Yeah, it's interesting times, right? Like, I don't know, it's not business as usual, so it's very different. And I think
hear you.
As far as our first line workers go and our first responders go, they're super brave, man. They're up to the task. They're not just doing this for a paycheck, right? Like, this is the time that they got to respond, and everyone's stepping up. So
yeah, they seem to be pretty I had an interview with our mayor last week. And Chief Norm Hansen and Chief Paramedic, and they're all sounding pretty positive, but at the same time they're still sort of shaking their heads a little bit, going, "Stay home. What don't you understand about stay home?"
I know.
Go for a walk, I guess. Right? It's okay to go for a walk, but distance yourself. But where are you going to go anyway?
I think so. I've been doing a lot of social media work on the police and city website there, and on the social media. And out of all the things I've posted, I think the Rick Mercer post is probably hands down the best post, where it's just saying, stop trying to cheat, just stay home. Yeah. Like, I mean, there's no other really way to get around it. Like, everything that comes out and everyone's like, well, what about this? What about this? What about this in the park? What about that? Like, can I do this? I got a boat. Yeah. It's just like, guys, just stop cheating. Just stay home. Let's ride this out for a little bit, and we'll be good. Yeah,
well, I mean, I had Rob Harwood on too, right? Director of Parks, and
great guy.
He was, he's like, it's unfortunate that we have to tape things down, and he said we've caught people taking the caution tape down, and it's like, what don't you understand about that? That applies to everybody but you.
But here's the other thing too, is it's not just it's such a small minority that we spend all the time talking about. Like, a lot of people, like a lot of my friends, and so I'm in my 30s, so a lot of people my age are taking this very seriously, because we've got, like, in our age, we've got parents that are probably in their 70s, like young 70s, late 60s. Like, that's where I'm at. I'm 35. Or no, I just turned 36. And then a lot of us have kids. And so we're right in that spectrum there, where we've got a lot to lose on both ends. Yeah. And a lot of people I'm talking to are taking this very seriously. And unfortunately, there's a few people that aren't. And it's, and a lot of these restrictions are, are directed towards them.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting. I think, some of the older generation, that it's not clicking with them. the same way either, right? Like, and I'm talking 70 plus.
Oh yeah.
And like, oh, Jennifer had to talk to her mom and go, Mom, no, you can't do that. And, oh yeah, like it's just a different way of thinking that
Yeah.
you know. And the lady I talked to yesterday about my dad on the phone, she's like, oh well, when you go down and see him, tell him I said hi. And I said, well, I can't go. Oh, you can't go there either. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
And-
Or if you just took the mindset of stay at home and only go out if I need to get groceries, or need to get something to do with a medical visit / medication.
Yeah.
Like outside of that, like don't try to create rules. Just stay home. And I know that sucks
Yeah.
for everyone. And you know, I know that nobody likes to have their freedoms impeded, especially with this weekend. I know this is a big weekend for
Hey,
everyone. But
I'm a social guy, right? I mean,
Yeah,
as
me
much
as well.
as much as I spend on my social media, I like to go out and have some beers and
100%.
you know, and I'm missing that right now. You know, I don't, not the same way I used to years ago. Like, I'll go and sit with Ryan when he's at work and sit beside him and have a beer and we just shoot the guff, right? Or I'll go to Brownstones or kind of hop
Sure.
around a little bit. But I'm really not going that crazy for it yet. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got a smaller belly because of it now. I don't have
Yeah,
any
me
beer at
too.
home.
I know, me too. I'm eating a
So-
lot better, that's for sure.
Yeah, so you know, there's positives in all of this, right? But my
100%.
my biggest concern is it's not even the financial thing for everybody. I mean, that's a concern, but it's going to be whatever it's going to be. It's when they do say we can go back out again.
Yeah.
Are people going to be stupid, or are they going to go, "Whew, I really need to appreciate this getting out right now," because that could be like life changed overnight for people.
Oh, yeah, I mean, a month ago, like I was just showing a month ago today, I was at the Legion, and our oldest servant vet was out there dancing up the storm. It was his birthday party, and that was a month ago today. And our entire world looks totally different now. It's just you couldn't
Right.
fathom it a month ago. You couldn't, you know what I mean? Like nobody was talking about this in January. You know?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
It's
you know, I kind of laugh at the I don't know, conspiracy theories. I've always found conspiracy theories interesting. Like I
Yeah.
would read about them. I still watch stuff about JFK and all that stuff.
sure.
I mean, but I'm not a theorist on it. I'm not one of, well, that's the way it is. I mean, I think there was something fishy with the JFK thing, but I don't know whether, you know, yeah, some of the time, come on, people. Just give your, I don't think the government, well, I remember somebody said, oh, well, it's warfare. How is it warfare? The whole
Yeah.
world is being affected by it. So who wins out of that? Like, anyway.
Yeah. No, yeah, and you know what? Like a lot of people got a lot of time in their hands right now, but you know, I'm actually reading a lot. The very few moments I do get for downtime, I'm reading the history books, and I'm reading that this did happen 100
yeah.
years ago, pretty much. And so I'm reading literature on what it was like back then, and it's the exact same conspiracies, it's the exact same messaging, and it was
Yeah.
the exact same way then that it is now to beat it. You
I
know,
know.
like we are, you know. My wife's a very smart person. She's in the science field. She got a PhD in this stuff, and you know she's talking about how it's going to take a year plus, at the very least,
Oh, yeah.
to get some type of antidote for this. So the only thing we do have at our disposal right now is social distancing. And I know
Yeah.
that sounds so low tech, you know, like everyone's just expecting this pill to show up, but it's not coming for quite some time.
Yeah, well, and it's certainly a big wake up call too, as to you know, you talk about freedom. I mean, it's kind of been taken away, and it honestly wasn't the government that took it away. They're having to put guidelines and enforcements in place. It's the virus that took it away from us.
100%.
And I'm not in the least surprised that something like this happened. I didn't think it would happen in my lifetime, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well,
it's part of me that's
so
not surprised at all.
The conversations I've been having with folks, like when I get to sit down and chat, is you think about what this virus is. So the last one happened 100 years ago, and that was because all the death and destruction from the First World War and what people were exposed to and what people had to eat, and then everybody dispersed from Europe from the war and went all over the world, and now you've got the Spanish flu.
Right.
And today, the virus that we're dealing with today is it's a virus of privilege. And I mean that in the sense of, 70 years ago, we didn't travel around the world like we did now.
Right.
We fly. Like if I wanted to go to Japan, I could go on a website, insert my credit card information,
Yep.
drive to Toronto or Detroit, and in a day and a half, I'm on the other side of the planet.
Yep.
Like we just live in just this absolutely fantastic world now. And then you take people that are elderly, like people living to 100, on record mass. Like it's expected now that we all live into our 80s.
Oh yeah.
That was never a thing. Like that,
No.
100 years ago, that wasn't a thing.
My dad's 82 years old.
Yeah.
And he's a real interesting guy. Like he has often said to me, "You need me to die." I go, "What?" He says, "You need me to die. We're all living too much longer, and it costs a whole bunch of money." And I said, "Well, yeah, but Dad, that's kind of morbid." He goes, "Yeah, but on paper, it's true. We're all living longer. And 20 years from now, are we going to be living to 100?
Oh yeah, well, they just said, I was just reading a thing. They said the first 150-year-old has been born.
Right.
Yeah, like that person exists right now. Like that is a
Totally.
little baby, and they're
I
going to
don't
be
wanna live that
150 years old. And that's what I mean, though. It's like we're privileged in the sense that we're living way longer. And
Yeah.
who does this virus affect? The elderly, predominantly, and
Yeah.
then people with autoimmune diseases. They just died. That's just what happened to them. And so, those people are now, and thank goodness. I mean, technology is fantastic, but we really are suffering the fruits of our own success. In a twisted way. And
Well, I think some of the that's a lot of good information. I've been reading a lot of the same stuff. It's interesting. I'm with you on a lot of that. What I find is selfishly, I love seeing everybody live stream because I've been doing it for 10 years.
I
Right?
know.
And
You're like a pioneer in this, man.
It's like,
when I was
nice
trying
to
to
see
set
the
it up
value
last
in
week,
it.
I turned to you. Yeah, you're fantastic at it.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Very knowledgeable.
There's a lot of challenges with it that come along, right? And people it's not just press and going live. I mean, that's a part of it, but I just like seeing people go, "Oh, that live thing, I chuckle. I go, "Yeah, live is sure. What a great idea." but and I didn't even invent it. But it's like FaceTime. Like my daughter, we're gonna schedule. I haven't done it yet. I'm a bad dad, but teach me how to play guitar. I have a guitar that I've never played.
Wasn't your daughter just on here?
No,
sorry, that was your wife. I apologize.
Give me something to throw. Hey, I look good, man. She makes me look awesome, so I'm okay with it. Next time I see her in person, I'll tell you how old she is.
Okay.
But anyway, I just think that live streaming, it's great to see because the social media and live streaming for the longest time has gotten such a bad rap. I've gone and done live stream events at public places, and people have said, "Oh, I don't like social media." And it's like, this isn't social media. This is live streaming. It's showing the positive in the tools of social media and live streaming. That's the way
100%. Well, and it's really what it's become. It's replaced a void that localized TV has unfortunately disappeared because there's such a cost to get it on cable, right? Like Bell, Cogeco, whatever. And a lot of people are just not paying for those services anymore. So,
and I get that. Why?
I mean, and don't get me wrong, I love Cogeco. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big supporter of local television.
Yeah,
but it's a big production. Like it's a lot of money to do what they're doing, and for you, the infrastructure is a lot less, and furthermore, your reach is boundless.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and I can do I don't need a person to operate a camera. I can set up 9 in a room and operate it.
Absolutely.
And that people are watching more. Well, I don't know if you've seen. I've been broadcasting the Premier of Ontario.
Yeah, I think you're doing a great service for our community.
Well, thanks.
I've always been a big fan of you.
It's and somebody asked me though. They're like, "Why are you doing that?" Because we could get that here and there. And I go, "Here's the thing." And kudos to the Premier of Ontario office because I reached out to them directly to their director of Director of Media Communications, whatever that title is.
Yeah.
got a response within an hour. On these crazy times, a response within an hour. And basically, and I had to do a couple technical things, and they set me up with a direct feed from where they're broadcasting from. So I had to do some technical stuff over here. So the reason I say that is, why am I doing that? Because I don't get paid to do that. Nobody's paying me to do this tonight. You know, this is community stuff. I said, because I want people to get it right from the horse's mouth, because I want them to see whether you like Doug Ford or not, he's doing his job, I think, to the best of his ability. And they want the message out there. And I just want people to get it from the, like, I ask people, they say, oh, this and this and this. I'm like, oh, yeah, where'd you hear that? And they go, Facebook. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
At least if you hear it on my Facebook, you know it's positive and accurate. I think.
Right, 100%. And you know what? In this time, especially, it's people are looking to official sources for official information. And in a world now where misinformation is such a thing, it's so much more important today to have your officials, whether that be local government or local news agencies, like people like yourself, putting correct information out there, you know. And it's paramount, because if we're not being transparent, if we're not reporting what's correct, good, bad, or ugly, then it leaves room for the conspiracy theories. And
we're cutting our own throat if we don't.
Are you know, like, some of it's racist, some of it's bigoted, and you lose trust in your official sources. And so it's super important. It's more important than it ever is before, because Facebook, let's be honest, has been accused of passing that stuff, you know, and or presenting that misinformation. So avenues like yourself, people come to know you as trustworthy. And so for your ability to share something that the Premier of Ontario is doing, I mean, it just speaks to your credibility.
Right. Well, I appreciate you saying that.
You also have a responsibility to the public to not, go down the rabbit hole of batshit crazy stuff as well. I'm not saying that you do. I'm just saying that.
Yeah. I appreciate you pointing that up, because I turn down a lot of stuff. Like, I have people, oh, there's this news and that news, and I'm like, I'm dabbling in the news, but I'm not really. I'm not a news journalist either. Like, I don't write stories. I have my website. I get the Sarnia Primary Control Group, for example.
Yeah,
I'm on that media list. I read it, so I'm knowledgeable, and then I copy it and paste it and share it. I don't rewrite it, because that's where it came from. Why do I need to rewrite it? That's their words. And exactly. I put their attachment to it on my website and go, City of Sarnia, If you got any questions, that's where you go.
Yeah.
And I turn away some news that's negative and whatever, because I'm just like, I know it's news, but let the other one, like, I don't need to be that way, right? There's enough of that.
And I'm okay with bad news. It's just as long as it's accurate. You know, like, it's a difference between someone's rant or opinion, and then that's okay as well. Like, state that as such. Like you and I are talking right now, it's just our opinions.
Yep.
But if you're reporting the news, it's about the facts, and it's super important that then people share those things.
Yeah. Well, and I've been accused. I've had people, oh, you shared that, I can't have you anymore, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm just doing I guess I created my own job, but I'm just sharing the information, putting it out there. It's not necessarily my opinion, right?
Yeah, no,
it doesn't mean, and that's okay. Like, I knew a long time ago, when I put myself in front of the camera, that I would be up for, And you and I've had that conversation before. I'm like, what is this? You're like, well, welcome to the welcome, you know?
Yeah.
And absolutely. I get that. I'm okay. I got rhino skin. Bullets bounce off most of the time, but there's a few cracks, and you go, oh, like, why are you going to say that? And but I think, you make a lot of really good points in there, Ron, that I think we need the accurate information. That's why I share it the way I do. And I think that that's one of the reasons why I reached out to Chief Norm Hansen, and then I had Mike Bradley on here, and I thought, these are the people that the people want to hear from, because even if you're doing stuff and you're planning stuff and you have consideration for the community, if they don't hear from you, they think you don't care. They just think you don't care, I think. So
Yeah, or
it was
they-
nice to
or
do
they
that,
think
and that's why
you're-
it was nice to see the city do what they did. I thought that was a much needed, even beyond me already having some of those people on my show. It came
Yeah.
right directly from the city, and to me, that spoke even louder volumes.
Well, I mean, it just speaks to unity, and
Right.
really, that's what we were trying to show is that the city, the county, the officials, the politicians,
Yeah.
the people making the tough decisions. We're all in this together, and at the end of the day, it's all about what's best for the community.
Yeah, no, I
You know?
agree, and it's I've always said, you've always said, a lot of people we know have always said, there's one thing about Sarnia. In time of need, we've seen it with benefits and nonprofits and charities. Sarnia really comes together well,
Oh, I
And-
couldn't
and-
agree more.
and I think we're seeing that 20-fold right now. So which
Well, I
is
mean,
good. I love
know,
Sarnia.
Well, just to give a plug to Blue Water Health Foundation, I mean, if there's anyone listening out there that wants to make a donation, like that's where you should be making a donation right now. These people are ground zero for what's going on, and I can't speak more highly than Kathy Alexander, who's out there every day collecting items and working with people, and just the community has really come together.
Yeah,
And we're all in this, right? Like the people reporting the news, they're reporting the accurate stuff, telling who needs to, who are the people you need to be getting in touch with, and yeah, we're really stepping up.
yeah. My wife, yes, my actual wife. I'm never going to live that down. She works in a dental field, in her dentist office. They actually had the N95 masks.
Yeah.
And I know Jennifer reached out to Kathy and they made arrangements and donated a whole bunch of those masks because they were just sitting there, right? So it is good to see that, and all the frontline workers really appreciate. They're gonna deserve. We should all send them to somewhere warm on a beach when it's all safe and let them have a couple of drinks with umbrellas in it or something.
100%.
So
yeah, you got any ideas about when you think this is going to start dying down?
I when it first came along, I'll tell you, I started running karaoke at the Blue Line pub there a couple of weeks before this all happened.
Pub?
Oh yeah, and then we had to shut it down. We were kind of getting on a roll there, and I know they were working hard at making things happen there too. And I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. And then they said the bars got to close, and I said to Jennifer, I said, when they're telling the bars and the restaurants to close, I said, this is just the beginning. And then I'm sorry to say, folks, but I don't see us out normal before July. I think a lot of people would like to see it by June 28th because then there's Canada Day. I get it.
Yeah.
And but back to normal, September.
Yeah, your guess is as good as anyone, but a lot of the projections are showing
I
that.
hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I hope so too. I really do. But you know what? It's day by day at this point, and really, I mean, it's up to the citizens of Ontario and Canada to because if Sarnia is doing a really good job, but it's not really happening throughout Ontario, like we're all in this together, right? Like so I don't know. It's very interesting times.
I think regardless, this is why I did this tonight, and I'll do this regularly randomly, but this kind of interaction is important. That's why, we started the Friday Night Music Fever thing, and that's awesome. Great musicians in this community. But we're going to have to keep being creative on how to do things together. We're going to have to get the board games out. Board games, they call them board games for a reason.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to start being creative, and maybe that comes from a little old school thinking. Maybe we need to get the piano out and play the piano and sit around and everybody sing along and get to know each other a little personally again. I think that's because if we don't do that kind of stuff, we are going to go bat crazy, and we're going to see bigger problems coming. Like I wouldn't want to be a police officer right now. I'll tell you that. I think it's okay right now, probably, but I could see that escalating if people can't get out and do their thing. So we're going to have to be creative and find those ways to stay engaged with each other without getting angry with each other, right? I'm getting to know my wife really well lately. You know, it's good.
Yeah.
But even then, I remember the first few days, and she's shaking her finger at me from upstairs right now. But I work at home all the time, right? This is my studio, and the first few days, she would just walk in and go, "So blah blah blah," and I'm like, "You can't, whoa, like you can't interrupt me right now. I'm busy. Like I don't have time to talk to you. I'll see you at lunch."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
See
man.
how many. I hope people last through it, and we don't see an incline in divorces or separations, because, and unfortunately, that's a bit of a realistic side to all of this. That's why I think music's so wonderful, because it's a worldwide language, and I think the music
Absolutely.
is going to help keep us all together. But anyway, Ron, I thank you so much for popping in, and thanks for all the work you're doing, and reach out if I can help anymore, and
Yeah,
we'll,
man. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. You're doing a fantastic service for our community, and I know there's a lot of people that feel that way. So I just want to commend you for what you're doing. And you know, you made a comment about not getting paid for whatever, but that's always the way it is for Trailblazers, right? So
I hear
you can wear that with a badge of honor.
I'm doing okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. Thanks, Ronnie, and hugs to you and the family.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
Cheers. Ron Real Smith joining me there. He does a lot of IT work for the city. So he understands the technology that we're talking about here. That's good. And he had some really good information there too on, you know, the history of viruses and that sort of thing. And that's the thing, is you want to read the history books, because that kind of spells out a bit of well, they say history repeats itself. Do we learn from the history? Just get the accurate information. That's like, this isn't the show right now, so I'm speaking a little more freely. But ladies and gentlemen, where are you getting your information from? Ask yourself that question. Where, anything you've read, where did you get it from? Or where did it come from in the first place? Like, even if it came from somebody you trust, know, and like, where did they get it from? It's that old telephone game. You remember the telephone game? You know, okay, this is. And then by the time it got around 20 people and got back to you, it was a totally different, like, what the? And I know a lot of people are going, "Oh, I'm so bored right now. Oh, I'm bored." You're bored? Let me show you something. I'll tell you. Here's what you do if you're bored. You get out a book and you sit down quietly and read. I got a whole shelf full of books over here. I don't know what books you have at home. This is a good one, actually. Phil Egan wrote this book, and he just did one on that. There's the first book I described. Just read a book, or take up a new hobby. I'm going to learn how to play guitar. I have a keyboard that's my father's, that's on the other side of this wall, that I'm going to dust off and start playing again. We need to learn a new language. This is really a time, I think, where we can take the time to work on ourselves. Work on this. Don't forget to exercise this. We were just so into Planet Fitness, having a good time with that. And then, so we walked 3 kilometers today. And I'm not a big fan of walking, but I knew I had to do it. And we did it. So do that kind of stuff. Social distance. Don't say David said it's okay to go outside. Stay home, but you got to do that kind of stuff. Just be smart about it. Take on something new. Right? I bet you there's a lot of people who have pool tables in their basement that were covered up and it became a table. Dust it off. Learn how to play pool. Learn how to sing or something. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, it's been a good conversation, just a little bit over an hour, and I'm very grateful to everybody who has been participating and joining in here. I'll say hello to some more people. There's Karen, there's Ronnie, Lucy, Ed's out there, David, Carly. Hey, Julie. How are you, Julie? Carol, Shane, and everybody who's shown up here. I really do appreciate you. I hope you enjoy these quarantine chats. They're just random. But I think I'll start doing them at 8 o'clock. I don't know if I'll do it every night. My show's still on every Monday. live at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I've got some great guests coming up on Monday. And I go live with my friend Stephen Healy, who's over in the United Kingdom. And there's a whole different world. They are on lockdown. They have a whole different rules going on there. And they're having some struggles like the rest of the world is. So be grateful for what we have and be grateful that we can connect via social media, and social media used properly. Get your accurate information. And I hope you take some time to reflect like I have and go, life's actually pretty good. It's not that bad. Take care of each other. Stay safe. I've enjoyed chatting with all of you. I hope you'll come back and chat again. Until next time, bye for now, everybody.